Hello, welcome to Pike Creek Farm. My name is Renee, and if this is your first time here, thank you so much for joining me. A couple weeks ago, I had a video where I mentioned I had made English muffin bread, and I had some requests to show how to do it. And I thought I had done a video, but I hadn't. I guess it's on my to-do list. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for joining me. I'm in the thumb of Michigan. I'm semi-retired, trying to be thrifty while thriving and enjoying life and figuring out this stage of life. It's much different than I anticipated in a good way and also some challenging ways. So if that interests you, I would love to have you here. So today we're going to make this bread, and this is an easy bread. It's a no knead bread. You don't have to knead it. There's no second rise. It's a toasting bread though. It's not a bread that you're gonna just slice and eat the way it is. It's best toasted, just like English muffins. So it makes 2 loaves. So I put one in the freezer usually and then pull it out when we need it, or I share. So let me get everything together and we're gonna make this bread. And I think you'll be surprised at how quickly it goes, and it's a pretty simple one. So I have 2 pans. One's a stoneware and one's a metal. I have used silicone for it. It's worked out in all of them. We're going to butter these pans, and then we're gonna dust them with some cornmeal. Because you know, English muffins always have that touch of cornmeal on the bottom and top, and it gives it an extra crunch. So we wanna make sure we have that. So I have sprayed the pans before, and it works okay, but I think it sticks better to the butter because it doesn't run, you know, like the oil will when you spray it, whether it's an aerosol spray or one of these. So I just do it the way my mom taught me, you know, to grease a pan. This bread is so good with a little bit of butter on it and some jam. I serve it a lot with companies here, and they always enjoy it. With our eggs and everything. My daughter's friends, she always has me make it if they come visit the farm. The cornmeal is optional, of course, but it is part of what gives it that English muffin flavor. I have made this bread, like when I was working full time. I could make it and have it done before my 8 a.m. meeting, and not by getting up any earlier either. Make sure you get in the corners, get everything. Okay, I'm gonna bring you down so you can see a little better. And I am putting a apron on so I don't get flour all over me. My husband just came home with Missy. She went and got her nails trimmed, so I'm gonna let them get in the house and then we'll get back to doing this. Now I take my cornmeal and I sprinkle on the bottom of one. Try to get the sides some. Then what doesn't stick, I put in the other pan. So now I dump out into there. And go around. You don't want to put any back in your cornmeal container because now it has butter on it and that could be not good. So any extra I just throw in the garbage. I have a 1/4 cup of water, and we want it around 110. And mine's a little hot, so we're gonna let this cool some. And we also need 2 1/4 cups of warm milk, and I think this is a little warm still too. So we're gonna let these cool down a little. I have my yeast out. I keep it in the freezer. You need 2 tablespoons or 2 packets. For me, one of the things that has helped me the most with making bread is using a thermometer. Okay, this is down to 111. Let's see what this is. This might be 2. I'm going to put this in for about 5 seconds. Okay, it's 109, so we are good. So the first thing we're going to do is mix the yeast, water, and some either honey or sugar. And we need 2 tablespoons of yeast. And 1 tablespoon of sugar or honey. I'd already added in 2 teaspoons. My son called, so he didn't see me do that part. So you can see it's getting foamy. I'm going to put this in my mixing bowl. So you want to wait until it's foamy until you put it in here. And now we're going to add 1 cup of flour. And it's best to scoop your flour into the cup and then level it off. To use a separate spoon, you don't want to compress your flour. So we're going to put 1 cup. On top of that, I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of salt. You want to use kosher or Redmond's, or I have Celtic salt, not table salt. That would be too much. And then the magic, we add a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. That's what helps give it all the holes. So I do not a level 1/4 teaspoon. I do it kind of heaping. And we're going to mix this together. And we're going to add in the warm milk. I always do this by hand. I usually use a Danish whisk, but you could use whatever tool you like. The rest. Now we're going to add up to 3 1/2 cups more of flour. And this is not going to become a dough ball. It's going to be gloopy. It's going to be kind of a sloppy one. Stir up my flour and put it in and level off. I'm going to put at least 2 because I know it's going to need at least 2. I would say it's probably going to need 3. It's that last 1/2 cup. And like I said, I use all-purpose flour. This is one recipe. I don't think you need to have the bread flour. I do like bread flour for my regular breads, but this one, all-purpose, works great. Scrape your sides, the flour that gets up there. See, it's still very liquidy. So I'm going to fill up another cup. I'm going to put about half of that in to start. Still pretty liquidy. So I'm going to put the rest of that cup in. I'm going to fill this cup halfway up. But I'm just going to add a spoon because we're almost there. I guess you'd say it's almost like a thick pancake batter that we want. I think that's going to do it. I'm just going to scrape down the sides and get that mixed in, but I'm not going to add any more flour. The rest I'm going to put back in there. We are done with flour. Okay, I'm going to use a spatula and put half in each of these pans and set it aside to rise until it doubles about 30 to 45 minutes. Spread it out. Okay, let's get the other one. See if I'm not real good at getting them totally even. A little bit left in here. I'm going to scrape out, put some in this one, put the rest in this one. I get flour everywhere when I bake. Now we're going to sprinkle the top with the cornmeal. And just set these aside until they double. They end up just about even with the top. So I've set my oven on to preheat to 425 just to create some heat. I have them sitting there with a towel on top. I'm going to put my timer at 30 minutes. I'm sure it's going to take longer because it's a little cooler in here today. So I'm sure it's going to take closer to the 45. But I'm going to check it at 30 to make sure. And once they're risen up to there, I just stick them in the oven and at 425 for 15 to 25 minutes. Depends on how brown you like them. You want them to tap so they sound hollow. At 15 minutes, they're usually done, but I like mine a little toastier on the outside, so I usually go at least 20. I also realized I don't usually dust the tops until I go to put them in the oven. So sometimes when you're videoing, sometimes when you're recording things, your brain works different. So I'm sure it's fine, but just so you know, I usually don't do that step until right before they go in the oven. So we'll see how it looks after it's risen. Okay, these are ready to go in the oven. They have doubled in size, and the dusting I did is fine. I could add more if I wanted, because it kind of spread out some. So especially on this one, I'll just okay. The oven is already preheated. I am going to put them in the oven and set it for 15 minutes and then check. I will probably go 20 minutes. I like my English muffin bread to be toasty on the outside, you know, a little crunch, but that's personal taste. The important thing is that it's hollow sounding and that it's like at 190 degrees with a thermometer in there if you want to check it that way. Here they are out of the oven. And I'll wait a couple minutes and I will take them out so they don't keep cooking in here. Okay, I dumped them out. Let's turn them over. Now this one is in the metal pan and it gets a little more browned than the stoneware one. So now we just need to let these cool. I cut into one of the loaves and see all those glorious holes and nooks and crannies. So I'm going to toast one piece. Here it is out of the toaster. And now I'm going to put some butter on it, which I'm really bad at doing one-handed. There it is, all buttered. Okay, I have tea, iced tea. There was no line at McDonald's when I ran to get chicken food, so I got me an iced tea. Usually I love a hot tea with it, and here it is. Great with eggs, made into a sandwich, jam on it. I have put my Bridgerton sugar on it, and that's good, but I'll put the recipe down below and you can make your own English muffin bread. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time at Pike Creek Farm.